always been a devoted fan of the long-running soap opera, Whispering Shadows. Its dramatic twists and turns had provided me with countless hours of entertainment over the years. Little did I know that my obsession with the show would lead me down a path of terror and mystery. It began innocently enough when I received an email invitation to attend a special fan event at the studio where Whispering Shadows was filmed. It was a dream come true for a die-hard fan like me. The invitation promised an exclusive behind-the-scenes tour and a chance to meet the cast. As I arrived at the studio on a crisp autumn evening, I couldn't contain my excitement. The studio lot was shrouded in an eerie mist, and the air carried a chill that seemed to seep into my bones. I joined a small group of fellow fans, and we were led into the studio by a guide. The set of Whispering Shadows was as magnificent as I had imagined. It was a faithful recreation of the fictional town of Willowbrook, complete with intricately designed homes, a picturesque park, and a looming, foreboding mansion. It was a place where romance and intrigue intertwined with secrets and scandal. Our guide regaled us with stories of the show's history and production, but as we ventured deeper into the set, I began to notice something odd. The studio seemed to be deserted. There were no crew members or actors in sight, and an eerie silence hung in the air. As we entered the mansion set, the atmosphere grew even more unsettling. The grand staircase, where so many dramatic confrontations had taken place on the show, loomed before us. I couldn't help but feel a sense of unease as I climbed the steps. It was then that I heard it, the faint, haunting strains of a piano coming from somewhere within the mansion. I followed the music, my heart pounding in my chest. The melody was achingly beautiful, yet there was an undercurrent of sorrow and longing. The music led me to a dimly lit room, where I came face to face with a figure seated at the piano, a woman with long, flowing hair and a mournful expression. She wore a vintage gown that seemed out of place in the modern world. I couldn't tear my gaze away from her as she played, her fingers dancing gracefully across the keys. It was as if she were lost in a world of her own, unaware of my presence. I had stumbled upon a ghostly apparition, a manifestation of some tragic past. Before I could react, the figure at the piano vanished, leaving me alone in the room. The music faded into silence, and the mansion set seemed to shift and change around me. I was no longer on a television set. I was inside the world of Whispering Shadows. I wandered through the mansion, my surroundings becoming increasingly surreal and unsettling. Rooms shifted and transformed before my eyes, and I felt as if I had stepped into a parallel dimension. I encountered characters from the show, some familiar faces, others from long-forgotten storylines. But these characters were different. Their eyes held a vacant, haunted look, and they moved with a strange, unnatural grace. They seemed trapped in a never-ending loop of melodrama, reenacting scenes from the show's history. As I ventured deeper into the mansion, I came across a room filled with old photographs and scripts. They told a tale of tragedy and obsession, of a cast and crew who had become ensnared by the soap opera's dark allure. I knew I had to find a way out of this twisted reality, but the mansion seemed to have a will of its own. It led me through a labyrinth of corridors and secret passages, each one more bewildering than the last. Finally, I stumbled upon a room that held the answer, a dusty old television set, flickering with static. It was a portal back to the real world, a way to escape the haunted soap opera. With trembling hands, I reached for the remote control and turned off the television. The room around me dissolved into darkness, and I found myself back in the studio, surrounded by my fellow fans. No one else had experienced what I had. To them, it had been a normal studio tour. But I knew the truth. The soap opera held a dark secret, a haunting presence that had ensnared me in its web of mystery and horror. As I left the studio, I couldn't help but wonder about the enigma of whispering shadows. What had caused the soap opera to become a gateway to a twisted alternate reality? The answers remained elusive, a chilling reminder that some mysteries are best left unexplored.